I hope everyone's doing good. I have another case study for you. My client Ruwan, he built a fitness model physique at age 39, and also he won New Zealand Natural Fitness Model Championship at age 39. That's pretty cool, right? Let's have a look how he did it. For those who don't know me, my name is Gayan Pereira. I'm a PICP strength coach and a sports nutrition specialist. Right, so when Ruwan first started, his weight was 85 kilos and his cholesterol was high, and he had high triglycerides. So that was the main reason he started training with me. He wanted to get his health markers under control. So that was the main reason. He didn't have a big goal of building a fitness model physique. That came later. The initial goal was to get his health under control. Okay, he had a little bit of back pain and knee pain as well. Also, he had trouble falling asleep. So let's go one by one. Let's start with nutrient strategies, what we did with his nutrition. For the most part, I did calorie cycling or progressive energy deficits with him. I'll explain it in a bit, but for those who've been following my work for a while, you probably already know what this means. I'm not a big fan of putting my clients on big calorie deficits for a long period of time, because time and time again, I've seen with people, and also that's well documented in research now. They are terrible for long-term progress, because you can't stick to a big calorie deficit for a long period of time. Nobody can. That bad for adherence. People fall off the wagon, and then means people. That's where people get big weight loss very quickly. Then they can't stick to that long term. Then they start eating. Then they regain all the weight they lost. So that's a big mistake. Calorie cycling work differently. So to give you an example, what I like to do, I um, I cycle between small, moderate, and big calorie deficits. So we start with a small deficit, increase a little bit, then increase again. So that way, you only have to stick to big calorie deficits 1 or 2 weeks. Then we do a repeat. So meaning we increase calories to the baseline again, then we start reducing them again. So that way, if you take like a 6 to 8 week block, you're gonna have 1 to 2 weeks of small deficits, maybe 2 to 3 weeks of moderate deficits, and 1 to 2 weeks of big deficit. So compared to sticking to a massive deficit for like 5 6 weeks straight, this is much easier to do it this way, right? Funny enough, if you look at, so the first proper research came out um, came came out like two years ago about the progressive energy deficits, but I've been doing this for like 10 years. If you go and watch my old YouTube videos, I think the first video I recorded about calorie cycling and progressive energy deficit was like 9 or 10 years ago. Cool. So as you get older, there's something that you need to pay attention. So he's 39. As you get older, the protein you need to consume per meal goes up for muscle building. The total energy requirement for the day doesn't change, but the amount of protein you need to have per meal goes up. So the general advice of eat smaller frequent meals doesn't work. You have to do exactly the opposite. You have to eat bigger. When you eat bigger meals, it has to be less frequent anyway, because when you get older, you start to build anabolic resistance. So it's not that you can't build muscles. You can build muscles in the 30s up until like maybe 45. Even after that, you can maintain good amount of muscle mass, but the ability to build muscles does not go down. It's just you have to do things slightly differently to initiate that signaling process, right? Yeah, so the initial priority, his first priority was to bring his cholesterol and triglycerides down and get his health under control. So that was the calorie strategy. We did calorie cycling, and with protein, we had bigger protein doses per meal and less frequent meals. He had 4 meals a day, but 3 big protein meals and 1 small one. Right, so training. What I see, half of my clients are in their 30s. So what I've noticed over the years, people who are in 30s, they tend to get joint pain more. uh, what's the word I'm looking for? They are more likely to get joint pain compared to someone's their 20s. So you have to be careful with when you plan out training. If you are trying to lift heavier and heavier all the time, that could be problematic. You can get a lot of inflammation around your joints, then it becomes very painful. Worst case, you can get injured. Um, or it becomes so painful, now you have to take a break from training and you can't train at all. I also know good, because if you're not training, you're not really progressing. Okay. Now, what I found over the years, again, this is trial and error. This system works really well. I like to cycle between accumulation and intensification phases. So, give you an example. If you start the program one with like 8 to 10 reps, the next block you can reduce the reps 6 to 8. So when you reduce the number of reps, you can lift more weight, because that has an inverse relationship. But when you lift heavy, that's more stress on your joint. That's where you start to build a little bit more inflammation. Now on the next phase, we increase the reps. So that way, now when you increase the reps, you can't lift as heavy like here, because it has an inverse relationship. When the reps go up, weight has to come down. And when you do this here, you have like good amount of, depending on how long you give each block. I generally like 5 to 6 week blocks. So here you have like 6 weeks. Your joints have like 6 weeks to recover before we reduce the reps again. So here, low reps. Now weight will go up because the less reps, but you had like 6 weeks to recover. So when you do it this way, it's much safer option rather than trying to lift heavy all the time. So it's you need to plan it out properly, otherwise you can run into problems. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so you can build muscles equally in all these rep ranges. That's not going to be a problem. It's just different with different rep ranges. The systems you tax is different. So when you reduce reps, meaning you can lift heavy, so more stress for joints, less stress on your nervous system. But when you increase the reps, less stress on your joint, more stress on your nervous system. Okay. If you have read old exercise books, it would have said otherwise, but now we have recent researchers just completely changed what they taught in exercise science back in the days. Okay, cool. Cool. So for sleep, again, especially if you are in the like mid 30s to late 30s or early 40s, your sleep is always important, but it becomes even more important for recovery. There are a few simple, I have a different entire module on my program about sleep, but I'll give a couple of quick tips, what we did with Ruwan. So make the room completely dark and keep the bedroom slightly cooler. 19 degrees Celsius seems to be the sweet spot for most people. You can use chamomile tea, magnesium, melatonin before sleep to calm you down and get a better sleep. Cool. So social life. Ruwan is someone who enjoys social life. He likes going out with friends and have a drink or two on the weekend. And with clients that like to enjoy social life a bit, I don't like to cut down or limit that part, because again, that's not a good long-term sustainable strategy. And people who are extroverts, if you cut out their social life, that's terrible for their mental health. You don't want that. Mental health is also part of your health. Okay, so don't forget that. For someone like me, I'm an introvert. I don't go out that much anyway, so it's not going to be a problem for me. But Ruan is opposite. He enjoy going out. Okay, alcohol, I'll explain very quickly because I get this question very quite often. So when you look at alcohol, you have to look at it from two different angles: health angle and the fat loss muscle gain angle. So for health, we have a ton of research now. it seems like if you're having 1 or 2 drinks a week, it doesn't do a whole lot negative stuff for your health. So 1 to 2 standard drinks per week seems to be okay, and that the same amount also does not seem to derail the progress as well. So if someone's having a 1 to 2 drinks per week, not a problem. But if you are having more than that, we start to see that negative health start to build up, both um, fat loss, muscle building wise, and also health wise. Okay. Um, Right. So myths. A lot of people believe their metabolism slows down in their 30s. That does not happen. We have really good research on this. People gain a lot of weight in the 30s. One thing, their activity level is very poor. It goes down. And also they have been accumulating weight for a number of years. So that start to become severe in the 30s. It's not necessarily your metabolism goes down. And the other thing is a lot of people again believe their muscle building ability goes down when they get into 30s. That's not true at all. You can build. 30s is great for muscle building. I'm 39. I'm going into 40s next year, and I have more muscle mass, less body fat compared to my 20s, and I'm more stronger, happier. Everything is better. So yeah, it's not true. But the thing is, you have to do things slightly differently. But the ability to build muscles is um, it doesn't go down. Cool. The things that happen in the 30s, though, recovery is going to get a little bit poor compared to your younger days. So you have to pay more attention to your recovery, get good sleep, keep your stress in check, keep stress level low. Joint pain and inflammation around joints go up. So plan out your training blocks properly. Anabolic resistance, so that muscle building signaling getting weaker and weaker. So you're going to have to eat or have bigger protein doses per meal compared to, like, your younger days. Cool. Hope that helped and inspire and motivated some of you to take action and start working on your own health and fitness goals. I'll see you guys in another video.